Hello there. This is Charlene. You are listening to the Teseo Open Mic podcast, a podcast created by testers for testers. In the previous episode, the third one of this series about mastering bug reporting, based on Teseo rules and professional expectations, our team leader Thomas shows us how important it is to describe the actual and expected results precisely and clearly when reporting a behavior, like the captions on a movie.
I think we should go a little bit back to our first episode where I speak about the title and I say the title should help you to get an image out of the bug when you read the title. I think even more the results should form this first, I think maybe slightly blurry image to make a real image. So we have the rule, and I think I mentioned it already in another episode for the steps, that a bug report should be only the written report. You must understand the whole bug out of the report when you read it without watching the video. And I think to understand it, the results are the great way to do. Here you can explain in the actual expected results what you really expect and why you expect it when you do the last step before the bug. And you explain really what happened in the actual result. So you draw a picture. You doesn't only say something is not working. No one can understand something or something is not working. You explain let's say you explain what you see in your screencast. If you compare it with a movie, it's maybe this closed captions. You will explain what's happening for the one who doesn't watch it. So the one who doesn't watch it can draw an own image out of it. So you exactly know after you read the steps, the title, and then the results, what the bug is about.
Welcome back, Thomas. Are you ready to wrap up this mini-series?
Sure, I am happy to round off it today.
Thank you for joining us again. And today, in the last episode of this Mastering Bug Reporting mini-series, that remember is about our bug form and the way it should be filled out when reporting bugs. So today's last subject is the attachments of bug reports. And to start with this subject, let's talk about why attachments are important. Thomas.
As we talked about in the previous episodes, each part of the bug report has a purpose. And when we start from the title over the steps over the actual result, I think the attachment is good for giving a whole overview over what was written. It's a supporter for the bug report. It supports the written part, make it more understandable, but should never replace it. So if you read all, if you have a imagination about the bug, so you can then look into the attachment and you will see it, how it really happened on the website, and it's also a proof for the bug. So it's not only written, it's proof it and visualize it, what you have written down before.
Agreed. So, well, let's crack on with the example section of this episode. And for the first example, we have a critical bug report, and the title is Throwing Error when a user entered Berlin on search location field. And it has 3 steps. The first one is open the site, and there is the URL of the website correctly. Second step, click on pickup and return locations. And third step, enter Berlin and observe the error. Actual result. When a user enters Berlin, the app shows an error. Expected result should be appearing error when a user enters Berlin. So let's go with the attachment, Thomas, please, of this report.
Yeah, from reading the report, it sounds like Berlin is written once with an A and once with an E. So
yes.
It seems like the report have an issue, and I think it's good then that the attachment helps to understand if it was a writing error in this case or a real issue. So let's see. I am excited.
It is really interesting.
Oh, I open the video. and I see a mobile device was used.
Yes.
Right now, I see the tester at least do correctly. It have a visualization for the clicks, so we can exactly see where and what the tester is clicking. That's good already.
Really good.
I see the length is 26 seconds. Sounds a little bit long
For the steps.
for the bug report for the steps.
Yeah,
Could be much
correct.
faster. Let's see what happened. Okay, the tester right now typing in. So typing
Mm.
in Berlin, but not the really written version with E, the correct version. It's writing it with A. Okay, so the report is correct, or the steps are correct. It's written with an A instead of the real name with E. So we see here in this report with the attachment that it's not a mistake and typo, it's really doing wrong. So we know the bug report won't be valid, and that's maybe why no one really can reproduce it. So right now the tester is deleting the word again and write it again wrong to show an error.
Yes.
So overall,
How do you like this attachment?
the attachment is a little bit long. Like I say, the tester retype it again, so we can do it in half of the time, even the tester with this typing style without so way too long.
Mm.
It shows the date at the end correctly and fast. Very good. It swiped down the info bar to show the date and the time, and in less than a second, but long enough that you can read it when you trained in it. So great. In this case, it shows that where he clicks. Very good. But also it shows that the bug is not valid. So it helps to evaluate the issue, because the one who maybe write it correctly then is wondering why he doesn't can reproduce the bug.
Yeah. So how would you show on your screencast if you were the tester submitting this report, Thomas?
I would prepare it a little bit better, faster. I would not swipe so often to reload. I would start the recording when I'm doing the reloading. I would only show the input typing once, because it shows the issue already once, so I can save much more time. But the rest, I must say, the attachment is good. He take care of the most important parts. We can see the URL field, which is important. We can see the input done with the visualization. So we see what and where the tester click. It shows the date at the end, could be also at the start, but at the end is also okay. So you can see when the record was done. So it shows the most important part. The quality is good. Everything can be clearly read on the screen. Nothing was cut, accelerated. You can follow at least good where the tester was and what the tester is doing. I think that's the most important part of all of the long and many words we have. And I checked it in many different browsers. Also good, it play in every browser. You sometimes have the issue that some screencasts have a codec which doesn't run in each browser. Like then it runs in
True.
Chrome, but not in Safari, or not in Firefox, or not in Edge, Chromium. So, and by all rules, we cannot force a customer to use any browser, specific browser to play it. So should use a screen recording codec, which is supported by each browser. This one, do. I just checked. So this one is good too.
Good. So, and talking about the length of a screencast, what about the screencast about a reproduction? It's a reproduction of a website, and I just want to say that it's 53 seconds long. Can you tell us a little bit about the attachment?
Yeah, 53 seconds is way too long. In general, we
Yes.
say 10 to 15 seconds, also in the academy. Sometimes you cannot keep this time, but it should never be longer than original debug. It should normally much shorter.
True.
So I think 53 seconds sounds already for a reproduction way too long in any case, without knowing the original debug or seeing it.
Agreed.
So, would we like to jump in? I will open and
Yes,
look at it.
please.
So what do I see? I see a customer website, looks like an internal admin area or account area.
Yes.
What I see at first, it's a desktop. Good is here, I can see the URL bar again. I can evaluate which browser was used. The time is shown, also in an English format, the date, so it's readable in Latin letters. I can instantly evaluate these topics. Very good. The whole screen is clearly seeable, so the quality is good enough to see and read everything happening on the screen. Let's go further. Okay, what I see here already in this moment, the tester is clicking and putting things into the fields, but I cannot see any mouse cursor, so the mouse cursor is hide. I must trust where the tester click. I cannot follow it. I don't see where the tester is right now, so only see changes on the screen without seeing where and what was clicked. This is already wrong because you cannot follow and you cannot see what was happening. And our rules say each click and so on, each action must be clearly visible.
True. And what about the actions? The tester is on the referral program page.
Yes.
And the issue here in the original report is that the share your referral link button is not copying the link if you paste it somewhere else. So this is what is this reproduction is about. And the tester shows that in the first 4 seconds and then for some reason redo everything.
Okay. I can see I just switching around and looking. He click on a button. Yeah, now I see. Before I haven't even seen that he clicked because I only see the tester going up to the options of the Chrome. Haven't even seen
True.
the action in the screen. That's why
Yeah,
it's normally good to see some impact that your eye focus on it.
exactly.
And he doesn't even show much of it. It's a copied on the button and then the tester paste it in a new browser tab. And I can see a referral link with a referral number. So I'm not sure if he have it before inside or not. I cannot see any details because right now he posts a link with a referral. And after submitting it, it seems that this referral link doesn't load. But it was copied. It looks at least copied,
Yes. And all the other actions were.
not visible. Okay. Now at the end I see he clicking somewhere and go back to the website, loading the landing page of the website. He paused and resume, as far as I see on the top bar, the screencast, which is not allowed, and even with 53 seconds, so I think the tester even needed much more time to doing such a simple thing. When it says the bug report is about copying the link and that the link doesn't open or something, then I think the tester was finished after 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So many mistakes here.
Yeah, too many.
Okay, so overall, 10 seconds would be enough. It should clearly show where the tester click, and it should never pause the screencast if not instructed by the team leader.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, let's go for the last one for this episode. And this one is a user story. The user story says after quiz completion, multiple raw beauty products are not recommended together. Let's go with the screencast, with the attachment
Okay,
of the user story.
I can see again, it's very long. Our rules say it
Yes.
should not be more than 15 seconds. This one is 43 seconds long, so about 3 times of the length we allow. I agree sometimes it's hard with this rule for the
Yeah.
user stories because the user stories are sometimes longer than this, up to 5 minutes, depending on the topic. So what should you show? I think an excerpt or the final step of it would be enough and can describe it. So when you show, for example, the last 15 seconds of it, you can prove that you have done all. Or when somewhere an error happened that you cannot finish the user story, show this part, this 50 seconds. Show important parts, but only one part. 15 seconds, the most important part, prove it. The first thing I can see here, the tester use a highlighter for the mouse, but I cannot see when the tester clicks. So it's good, it's helpful, you can see at least where the mouse is, but you never see when the tester click. So you doesn't fulfill here the requirement again to see the actions fully on the screen. So maybe the tester misunderstood the rule in this case. Let's check the other requirements. We can see the whole screen clearly. We can see the browser used, the URL bar. Good. We can see also the date in Latin and English. Very good. So all is fulfilled here very well. What I can see is that the tester have many tabs open which are not connected to the bug report, and some seems to be even out of maybe another test. So be aware, never show other tests, invitation mail, your dashboard with other testers, test names and so on. Make a new tab where you never show. One common mistake, and when I see this, is always right now, and I see it often.
Yes.
You can see invitation mails or other testers' tests by the tab bar when another test is open on your dashboard, something like this. And one golden rule is never show it. It will lead to an instant rejection if the team leader see it.
True. Also, like on cell phones, there is the notifications there.
Yeah, something like this. Or when you show that, for example, another one is often what happened, maybe testers not aware, you use the same email address where you get your invitation mails or other mails from this testing. So you can see, for example, other testers' content in this invitation mails when you try to show a problem with the email. You're maybe not aware of it. But so keep aware not to show other testers and customers information in the screencasts.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, let's go on. What we can see else here in this report, which is very long. The tester fill in data, that's okay. Some are prepared. Not always good to show, but I think in this case should be okay because the tester only fill in data which seems not to be related to the issue.
Yeah, to the user
Now
story.
the tester click a button, and this button load and load and load. So here I think, why is it so long for the area the tester choose for this user story? Seems like he used an area where he have to input or she have to input many data which cost time. Click on a button which just loaded about 10-15 seconds, maybe. So all this time is wasted, and my
Yes.
opinion, the customer and team leader and maybe even other testers, time should not be wasted by too long screencasts. A customer feel annoyed when waiting for something which is not related to the screencast. So you sit there for 30, 40 seconds, where you can take 10 seconds. Count it up. It's not only one time that you lose this 20 seconds. You maybe have it 10 times, 20 times, 50 times a test. Count together how much time you lose on it, which you can save yourself and everyone else, and even yourself you can save time. When you record a screencast for 50 seconds instead of 10 seconds, you lose yourself 40 seconds with the recording only.
Yes, absolutely agree.
So keep it short, show the important things, don't waste someone's time.
Yeah, and optimize testing time, because from 10 seconds to 43 seconds, that's a lot of testing time wasted, indeed.
A lot. And what I see here right now too, I let it play a bit while we talk. At the end of the screencast, the tester tried to show it, and then what we often see before clicking a button or something, the tester swipe or move the mouse around 5 times in a row for about 5 seconds each time about the link or to show the area. Show it shortly once if it's helpful. Like before clicking the final button, show it once that you're there, but not for 5 seconds, 1 second. Maybe make a small gesture, but not move the mouse around for 5 seconds to show here I am, here I am, here I am. Show it shortly.
Yeah.
Take your time, half a second is okay, to help the one who watch it to focus on this area maybe, but don't make it too long. No one wants to wait 5 seconds to see where you move your mouse around one part of the website.
No one, indeed. Thank you, Thomas.
What I'm thinking, always think you can show things shorter. The one who check it, can scroll it, can forward and backwards in the screencast. So if something is unclear, you can go back, but that's active when you need it to, not forced to wait so long. Like we say, the golden rule is show the last action which trigger it. Like a button. If it happens on a website, show the reload. So you have to have a clear action which trigger it. Show a reload of the website. Show the click of the button and then the bug with it. Don't do too long. Yeah. What is maybe also important is always a screencast or the attachment never replaces the information in the report. The report must stand always on its own. The screencast is always only for proving and visualizing it.
Yes, you have mentioned that's correct indeed. They are just the support of the report.
Yeah. So I think that's the main goal also of the attachment. A
Yes, it
supporter
is.
role. A proof and supporter role only.
Only. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and experience on how to make attachment for bar reporting with our listeners, Thomas, and for all the advice, tips, and tricks to improve bug reports and with them our careers.
Thanks for inviting me, and I hope it will help our testers and customers to make easier and faster reports in a better quality. I think somehow if you think of all and bring it into your natural flow and invest 5 seconds, maybe more, or 10 seconds more in your report, it will improve a lot already. And over time, without even thinking or working hard on it, I think it comes then in the natural flow. And every one of us should have the own requirement to improve and give the best quality to represent yourself the best way you can.
Splendid, splendid advice, Thomas. Thank you. And thank you all for listening to the TESAO Open Mic podcast and following along this mini series, Mastering Bar Reporting with Thomas. If you want to know more about us, what we do, how we do it, and build a QA testing career in the IT industry from scratch, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to listen to our private podcast, please join our Discord community directly from your tester account. Take care, stay safe, and stay tuned. Cheers.